We spent over 2 weeks transforming this absolutely gorgeous beach into a massive stadium, only to play the first ever Palworld native sport. And how this mysterious guy here is involved is something you will learn soon enough. To spill a little of the tea, he will be the main attraction of this event. Hello girls and boys, Arati speaking. In this special video we will suffer, put in blood, sweat and tears, while also losing a few brain cells building the biggest project that we ever brought to life so far. But why on earth would we do that? Well, Palworld got another update recently, which covered new tech tree items and also crossplay, but no new content or places to explore. And for some people like us who already reached the end game, there was not really something new we could dig in. Thus, our friend and fellow content creator Vilestride came up with an idea.
Hey mate, I've got an idea.
He reached out to us with his phenomenal vision of a brand new custom game mode and needed our help building a stadium for it. We were instantly hooked. And with our brand new server sponsored by G-Portal, we also have a place to let the magic happen. By the way, if you want to rent a good server and enjoy the excellent service G-Portal has to offer, just use our code in the description below to get 10% off on your first purchase on G-Portal. We are using their service for years already and we're always really happy with them. Now, back to the project. Before we were able to execute our plan, we needed some kind of inspiration in order to see if this would even work. Amazingly enough, I discovered this incredible post on Reddit by a user called traw94, and we were absolutely in love. Now we had proof that this vision is possible, and it's time for the attempt to build our very own stadium. Truth to be told, we knew building something this big wouldn't be an easy task. That's why we came up with our 3-step master plan to survive this madness. The first step consisted of preparations like measuring out the layout, choosing the right location and designing the stadium. Since more than one person was working on it, everyone needed to have the same picture in their head. Now let's get into details. Jay had the honor to do the design because, well, he created all our build projects, so he fits best for this job. Already here he had to divide it into more smaller tasks, the first one being the search for examples. He deep dived the internet looking for inspiration for the stadium, since we didn't want to just copy-paste the build T-Raw made, even though it's absolutely amazing. They might have lost some sanity here and there since most of the real-life arenas are round, and Palworld doesn't even have inverted triangle wall pieces. But eventually we came up with this design which perfectly works for the limited building pieces available. But the real deal was lurking behind the corner. Using up all his mental capacities, he built a whole 3D model of the stadium to convince us that this build project would actually look good. The dimension of the stadium is about 19 to 20 platforms and covers pretty much everything in it what's common for this building type. Alongside the mandatory seats around the soccer field, Jay added some watchtowers in every corner. The front is a little bigger than the rest of the stadium. It contains additional private rooms underneath the seats, a huge waiting section right next to the entrance, and a VIP lounge for special guests with the best view. On the backside we have another VIP lounge and an additional exit underneath. This has a special function, but we will reveal that later in the video. With a 3D model in our hands, we only needed to find a place worthy of this masterpiece. It is super crucial for us that our main attraction would be roaming around near the stadium, otherwise we just can't play the game. And so we came up with this beautiful beach right here on the starting island, also for 2 other reasons. The water is super shallow, hence ideally to build on it. We could even add a nice surprise to the stadium for more ambience. I think you already know what I'm talking about. And the second reason is this giant skelly boy chilling in the water. If that isn't a great view, then I don't know what else could impress you. Now we are moving on to step 2, grinding the materials. So normally we would choose only about 2 or 3 different building styles for a project, but for this we went all in and implemented every material the game has to offer. That being said, attempting such a huge build requires tons, and by that I mean tons of materials. And since Palworld doesn't have a creative mode and Jay had spent all our materials on other builds, it was time to clear the forest and hollow out all the mining spots. The only question was, how could we manage that in this short amount of time? Besides the basic building materials like wood and stone, we would also need an incredible amount of iron ingots, organs, and so on for the decorations and functional buildings in the stadium. Now the trick was to just turn on the drop rate to maximum. Watching some of the Pal professors duplicate glitch videos.
Alright, so quick little dupe glitch that has been in the game for quite a while.
Well, in the end, we just raided our friend's house since he had occupied our factory building, and we just took his materials as well, as a kind donation. With our supply shortage being fixed, let's move on to the last and funniest part, the building process. We started with placing the foundations to see if the space is matching the size of the arena. We also increased the overall height to 2 wall meters in order to have enough space to place a few pole boxes underneath the stadium. This was needed, so we could use pole box dependent objects like light sources, cooking stoves, and so on. For the contrast, Jay and White started replacing the parts where the stadium would be standing on with wooden materials, so we could visualize the whole building and its massive size. Jay though made some calculation mistakes at first, and the shape was kinda off from our 3D model. But eventually it got fixed, and then it was time for the real fun, the stadium itself. So we split the work between Vile and us. While he was taking charge of the soccer field and the small details on the build, we were forming the towers in the corner. We chose the Japanese walls mixing with glass on the bottom level to give it a cleaner and modern look, and covered it up with either the metal or the Japanese roof. The top level would stay open for the immersive, intense football match feeling. For the seat rows, we used a simple yet effective technique which is called stone staircases. Crazy, right? It's working just fine. I mean, look at me sitting here. Doesn't it look super realistic? Anyway, we switched up some staircases on the edge to the Japanese ones. They act as the normal staircases in a stadium, and they are the only one to feature railings, which is necessary by security guidelines. I hope you're keeping through. Just bear with me a little longer, we are almost done. At least with the stadium. All that's left is the front. It's nothing too special. We just used the same pattern here like the rest of the stadium, but we mixed in some more glass and made it a bit bigger than the rest. Now the stadium is almost done. Just missing the final touch and decorations. But more on that later, because it's time to transform the rest of this beach. A stadium is nothing without the hype of its surroundings. We started running up the foundations a bit, cutting off the rear corners and adding stairs to the front for the big entrance. And since we are directly above the water, there was only one right thing we could build here: a dock. While I was finishing up the stadium, in the meantime Jay laid out a dock all the way across the lake. In the end, it was time to decorate this gigantic area. It was surely the most time-consuming and frustrating part. We spent over 4 hours just decorating the stadium itself, without the docks and walkways around the stadium. Luckily, the outside was done kinda fast. We added a restaurant, multiple beach bars and even a small sailboat in the bay. At some point it felt like an endless task because we really wanted to add as much detail as we could, and Anubis sometimes refused to work. I have to admit, we went a little overboard with all of this. It came out bigger than we had planned. But all in all, it turned out pretty cool. Now let's take a closer look. We start with the front side of the building. For a crowded feeling, we built multiple bars and lots of trees which blend in perfectly with the surrounding. On the sides, we have some viewpoints and a few market stalls to buy various stuff like merch, cups, fruits, etc. Oh here, look at this! You can even buy clothes and try them on. We already talked of the docks, but I will show you the end result anyway. You will probably be able to explore the build yourself one day. Stadium turned out way better than we had imagined. The view from the watchtowers and the seats is amazing. It really feels like you are in an actual arena. And check out the VIP lounge up there with the commentator room. If you don't feel special chilling in there, then you and I are very different. Sorry, I was forced to say this. Somehow we managed to draw actual field lines by placing stone walls underneath the football field, which clip through the field. We also used the Japanese folding screens and the vending machines as advertisement panels like in a real stadium. Viral did an amazing job with the details here in this build. From the players' entry room to the lounge in the entrance, and look at those bars with the hanging TVs. It's unbelievable. He then said the bathrooms are his favorite, and as funny as it is, he is right. They look nothing less but gorgeous and cozy, just like the locker rooms on the other side. Wow, that was a lot. It's time to finally introduce you to the first ever Palworld native sport, Kurajiro Ball. The rules are simple. We kick Kurajiros into the goal of our opponent by using the kick emote. But here's the twist. We can only kick corpses. That means we have to find a Kurajiro in the wild, kill it and drag its corpse into the stadium. Should be easy, right? Well, ask Jay and Vile.
We're gonna have killed so many Krojiros by the end of this. To be fair though, we should be given a medal. These things are menaces.
I'll bring them up the stairs. So.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, you got it! How'd you do that? Good thing your kicking's crap because your dribbling's really good. I just pushed mine through a wall. Oh, so close. Oh, this is a pain. Why did we make it 2? Everything. How come we weren't having all these powers in here before? There's deer in our base now.
Okay, perfect. We have a bunch of Krojiros. Time to bring him in.
Get deer out.
You're actually pushing my Krojiros without seeing them. So weird.
If you somehow manage to do that, then all that is left is enjoy the game. Here are some highlights of the match between Jay and Vile.
Okay, I'm gonna kick them before you disappear.
Yep. Go.
Let's get the angle right. I think that's just about...
Alright, kick one.
Okay. No, why always go there?
So bad. It's gonna be easy. Round 2.
Oh my
Man,
God.
I already see it. Let's go. Alright, line him up. Yeah, that looks good. Let's get an angle I like. Oh! No!
Stop!
Oh, he's going!
You sure? He's turning.
Oh,
he's
no,
turning
he's
back.
done. He's done. Oh, what a limp kick. Oh, alright, you're up. 0-0. Kick going down.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your angle. Yeah, okay.
Oh, it looks
that
good.
looks
This
good.
looks.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's in.
Clean.
Clean. Oh, I gotta tie it up. I gotta get serious. Alright, let's go. Doing his best ray gun impression. Oh, that doesn't count. Does that count?
No, that doesn't count. The
You
ball
didn't
hit.
move. Yeah, it's like in pool. If you don't hit the ball, it doesn't move. It doesn't count. Oh, that's good. Oh, too high. Oh, he's
Too
got
high.
a solid
Too
lead.
bad.
I need you to hit nothing but air. You got it?
Okay.
Is your third? Yeah.
Yeah, it's my turn. So I'm not touching the ball.
Don't miss!
Okay.
Psych, dude. Oh, you're like... Don't miss! Oh, that's a good kick. God damn it, I'm
That's a really
screwed.
good kick.
Were you hustling me round one? You were just hustling me. You've been in here for hours practicing Kojiro kicks.
In your sleep, I practice, you know, even the bad kicks, I practice them all.
Yep.
I just pretend I'm
Oh, yeah. You missed 100% on purpose. You watch
he
mine.
disappeared
Mine'll
anyway.
disappear in a sight. Yeah, you disappear.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I can't win
Steve,
anyway.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I can't win. Alright. Yeah.
Still loading. 1 second.
Oh, I just threw a grenade. Is that gonna blow up?
Oh yeah, yes. Oh my god, you just what happened?
My bad. Can you repair that, please? I'm gonna put these grenades away. I just put my controller down for a second and hit the button.
To summarize, we had a blast working on this project. It was not only a valuable experience, but we also gained a new friend, Vilestride. He is not just an amazing builder and content creator, but also a very kind and humble person. So go ahead and check out his channel. He's so close to reach 1,000 subscribers, and he will also upload a video about the stadium with a detailed base tour and the matches we played. So if you want to know more about who won, make sure to watch his video. We hope you liked our part and see you next time around. Bye bye!